Hey, Giant. My name is Nicholas Townsend Smith. I'm the author of The Giants and the Smalls and The Art of Accomplishment. And I wrote a poem for you on grief that I want you to really listen to. As you're sitting here listening to this, I would invite you to close your eyes and really put yourself into the grief that you're experiencing. We all go through it. This is a poem, a healing poem that navigates you through the process of grief. So hang tight, close your eyes unless you're driving, and really sit with this and visualize the imagery for yourself and hear yourself in this poem. It's called The Bench. I've come to love this bench at the end of the wooden pier. I visited it 1,000 times. I've come here year after year. I know it in the deepest parts of my mind. I can see it now, and no matter how far away from it, I can access it somehow. Nor time, nor space, nor anything can keep me from this chair. I know that I can visit it at any point and from anywhere. And then one day as I sat there, something began to shift. The wind picked up, the surf grew large, and that pier began to drift. I tried to hold on to my bench, but the waves came crashing in, and in a moment the pier shattered, and I began to spin. I looked for my bench to rescue it. I begged and hoped for the best. I cried, I yelled, I couldn't believe what happened in that unrest. And as I went to catch my breath, a wave crashed over me. Again and again they pushed me down. I was drowning in the sea. The world I knew was gone. In a moment it disappeared, and what was left before me was everything I'd feared. My bench was gone. The pier was too. They wouldn't ever return. That thing that I had grown to love, my heart began to yearn, and the waves kept crashing over me. I had to get to shore with sadness and anger and all the things. I didn't want to face it no more. But I held on and faced what was. I took a tiny breath, acknowledging that this had happened. I felt the living death, but I kept swimming, one small lap, a single stroke at a time. And from the waves I met the shore, and I began to climb. I looked out where my bench once was. I would never be there again. It was gone forever, never to return. My heart was filled with pain. Years have passed since that event, and I'll never forget the bench. And though the memories still come to me and cause my heart to wrench, I step forward and learn and grow anew, and the pain begins to quench. So it is with grief. When what once was is not, we face the pain and loss. And what we loved was separated by a chasm we could not cross. We didn't move on. We didn't forget. We moved forward and paid homage to that thing we loved and lost. We stepped and learned and grew. At times we faced it boldly, and at other times withdrew. And with every ounce of courage we have, we stepped into the new. You heal from grief by grieving. You acknowledge what is not. You feel every ounce of feeling, and you honor all that you fought. And so I will always remember my dear bench on the wooden pier. Though it is gone, the memories last, and I'll carry them year to year. I'll continue moving forward. I'll feel what I need to feel. I'll face it, notice, and remember that it's through grief that we truly heal. I love you. Go make it a giant day.